So, Captain America Civil War is literally a week away. So I think some of the die-hard nerds are going to know exactly whose team who's on. However, I think there are a lot of people who don't actually know whose team certain characters are on. So let's break it down and let's figure it out. I am aware of the Civil War comic book, however I'm not going to be referencing that and addressing that because I think they might take some stuff from that comic series and adapt it to the film, and there's a lot of spoilers in there then. So I'm not going to address that, and I don't think you should either, just because we're a week away. However, I am going to be addressing certain character traits, motivations, and character speculation throughout the other MCU films. So if you haven't seen those, then there may be some spoilers for those films. Cool, let's get straight into it. So in Iron Man's team, we have War Machine, Black Widow, Vision, Black Panther, and pretty much confirmed Spider-Man. So that is an interesting lineup. I think War Machine is the obvious candidate to be on Iron Man's side, just because they've been friends throughout the MCU and in fact sidekicks. So I think they know each other pretty well, and even if Tony had made the wrong decision, I feel like Rhodes would stick to him because he's just a loyal friend. So that's pretty much a given that War Machine's on Iron Man's side. And I think there'll be a lot of interesting chemistry between Iron Man and War Machine in this film, which I'm excited to see. So then secondly, we have Black Widow on Iron Man's side, which I think is the biggest surprise on his team, because throughout the MCU, Black Widow has been really close to Hawkeye and Captain America. And you can argue, I guess, that she was in Iron Man 2, so maybe that's enough motivation to be on Iron Man's side. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like they really liked each other in that film. There was a lot of tension. So I thought this was very interesting that she's on Iron Man's side. I guess possibly she does feel similar to Tony Stark in a way that she feels like she's responsible for all the damage that the Avengers have caused. And I feel like she has a very similar conflict within her as Tony Stark does. So I guess that kind of is enough motivation to put her on Iron Man's side. However, I just think it's a bit strange that she, even though she may feel like that she hasn't chosen Captain America or Hawkeye's side, because they have been so close throughout the MCU thus far. So that was an interesting one. I think it's a bigger surprise for me on Iron Man's side. Thirdly, we have the Vision. I think it's very interesting how the Vision and Scarlet Witch are on opposite sides, because that's going to create a lot of interesting tension and conflict, just because they are so powerful firstly, but also because they do have a very strong connection in the comic books. So it's going to be interesting to see them fight and battling each other. It's also interesting that the Vision has chosen Iron Man's side, because he's such a pure being, and he's very morally, in a way, correct. I thought it was very interesting that he's chosen Iron Man's side, because in my head that kind of hints that maybe Iron Man's side is the correct side. So that's interesting. Maybe he does swap sides throughout the film, but yeah, I thought it was very interesting that Vision chose Tony's side. But I mean, I guess he could have also done it because he did kind of create or help create Vision in the first place. Vision is like a human manifestation of Jarvis. So I guess that also could be an indication of why he's on Iron Man's side. Up next we have Black Panther. And now, because we haven't actually seen him in the MCU, it's very hard to understand why he's on Iron Man's side. And to be honest, I kind of feel like Black Panther is going to be kind of like between Black Panther and Spider-Man, I feel like they're going to be the two characters who might be shifting sides a little bit throughout the film. Just because they totally new to these characters and these people, well, that we know of. Maybe they have had interactions in the past. As much as we know, they haven't ever interacted with these characters. So I feel like there might be a bit of tension and swapping of sides throughout this film because of that. So I think Black Panther or Spider-Man are going to be doing that throughout this film. Maybe Spider-Man starts on Captain America's side and then goes to Tony's side, or vice versa, and same with Black Panther. And because we don't really know much about Black Panther right now, it's also hard to say what he's doing on Tony's side. But I'm excited, I must say, to see Black Panther on screen and be on Iron Man's side. I think, from what I know of the character in the comic books, I think it's going to be a very interesting dynamic that they all share. So that's cool, and I'm excited for that. And then Spider-Man. Again, Spider-Man has not legitimately been confirmed to be on Iron Man's side. However, if you look at this clip right here, we can clearly see that Spider-Man is running towards Captain America's side. So to me, this TV spot, it was a TV spot, like a little ad for a Civil War trailer in Japan. So to me, this indicates very clearly that Spider-Man is going to be on Tony's side. And then also in the trailer, Iron Man does call him, and then Spider-Man shoots a web and catches Cap's shield. So that's going to be interesting. I think because of those both trailers, we can confirm that Spider-Man is on Tony's side. And even stuff like his suit, Spider-Man's suit, looks like his eyes sort of move in and out. And I think that also indicates that Tony Stark has helped create that suit, because there's no way a high school kid could make that. Cool, so Iron Man has quite a good lineup there. But what about Captain America? So the heroes and members on Captain America's team are the Winter Soldier, Falcon, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, and Ant-Man. And then it's also pretty much been confirmed that Agent 13 is on Captain America's side. So Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier on Captain America's side, pretty much a given. They've been loyal friends for ages. And kind of at the end of Winter Soldier, we kind of saw that there might be a hint of reunion and friendship there down the line. And then also in the Ant-Man after credit scene, which actually is a scene in this movie, it looks like there is a bit of a connection, and Bucky is remembering Steve Rogers and like vice versa. They kind of reminiscing in the past, which is cool. So I feel like they are going to be best friends again in this film, and it makes total sense that Winter Soldier will be on Captain America's side. So that's awesome. Secondly, we have the Falcon. So the Falcon also makes complete sense to me because he is a part of the New Avengers, as we saw at the end of Age of Ultron. And then also just because they fought alongside each other in Winter Soldier, and they know each other pretty well. Like, I don't think Falcon has interacted with Tony Stark yet. As far as I know, I don't think they have. And there's definitely a sense of trust and loyalty with those two characters because of what we've seen in the MCU. So I think it was a given as well that the Falcon and Winter Soldier would be on Captain America's side. Then we have Hawkeye, which is interesting because I kind of would imagine Hawkeye being on Iron Man's side and then Black Widow being on Captain America's side, but it looks like they've kind of switched that around. Because of Hawkeye's character and motivations as well, I thought it was very strange that he's chosen Captain America's side. Because Captain America's side is rumored to be the side that's standing alongside the government and registering superhero identities and being held responsible for what they've done. So I think it's very interesting that Hawkeye's chosen that side. Then up we have Ant-Man. I think if Ant-Man had interacted with Tony Stark in the past, maybe he would have chosen Tony Stark's side. But I mean, because of what we've seen in Ant-Man, like his interaction with the Falcon, and then how at the end of Ant-Man, like the Falcon speaks to him and kind of in a way recruits him, I think that makes it pretty obvious why Ant-Man is on Captain America's side. Then we have Scarlet Witch, which is also pretty interesting. There are two possible reasons why I think she's chosen Captain America's side. Firstly, because Tony Stark was heavily involved in the death of her family and a lot of the deaths in her community back in the day when he was still an arms dealer. We saw this in Age of Ultron. So that's my first indication of why maybe she's kind of been hesitant to join Tony's side, because she doesn't know if she can trust him yet. But then also, then again, I feel like she's a very insecure character and she doesn't really know her place in the world yet. And because of that, I think she might have wanted to stay in her comfort zone, which would be with Captain America, because she is a part of the New Avengers as well. And then we have Agent 13, who I think is Agent Carter's niece or daughter. I don't think it's daughter. I think it's a niece, something like that. Anyway, yeah, she's gonna be on Captain America's side. It's again pretty much given. She helped with the whole Hydra incident in Winter Soldier, and there was a bit of like chemistry between Captain America and her. So I feel like she could become a love interest down the line for Captain America, which makes sense that she would be on his side then. So I think if we look at both teams, there's definitely a few surprises there and certain characters that we weren't expecting to be on those sides. However, I'm excited about this, and I'm kind of excited because it looks like they've kind of put the opposites of each character to a degree on different sides, which is going to be so exciting to see on film. And I think it's also interesting because I feel like the teams are in a way evenly matched. Let me know if you disagree with that, but I think they kind of are. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see them fighting. Everyone who's seen the film already has said that the final battle of this film is like out of this world crazy. So I'm so excited to see it. I'm also hoping that they add a few of the Netflix superheroes into this film, like just as cameos. I highly doubt it, but it'd be so sick if in the final battle you just see Jessica Jones show up and Daredevil and Luke Cage. It'd be so crazy. I'd lose my mind. I doubt they're going to do that, but it'll be very exciting to see that. And if they do show up, whose side they're going to take on, because they don't know any of these characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you live in South Africa, where I'm from, get your tickets now. It's to Kinnico and New Metro. There's screenings taking place from next week, Wednesday, a week today. So it's super exciting. I'm so excited for this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know whose side you're on. Are you Team Cap or Team Iron Man? And let me know why you're on their side. I'm so amped for this. Look out for my review next week, Wednesday. It'll be up straight away. And then I'm probably going to be seeing Jungle Book later on today. So look out for a review for that as well. Thanks for watching this video. Check you next time.